Hey guys, Mike coming back with another Johnny and Hank PC update video. Been very busy at work. I'm a pharmacist by trade, and we've been doing tons of COVID shots, so I haven't had a lot of time to post anything or show anything. And I thought today I'm off. It'd be a good day to get caught up on a few things. Um, Hope everybody's doing well. And let's get started here. This is a photo that I got from Sean. Sean sent this to me, saw it, and thought I would like it, which obviously I do. This is actually a nice photo from Johnny's last game as a player, October of 1983, standing for the national anthem. Yeah, I was glad to get this from him. Just imagine the thoughts that were going through his head that day. And then I got this one off eBay. This is very cool. Showing bench waiting at home plate for the tag out Andre Dawson with Harry Wendelstedt behind the plate. Nice original photo from July of 1980. It's kind of strange. You don't see as many photos for bench as you do Hank, though you would think you'd see tons, but they're not that common, to be honest. And then I got this. This is a rookie card. Not in the greatest shape, of course, but main thing is it's got a nice early signature on it. And I got it for a really good price because the guy that sold it didn't even list it as autographed. He just listed it as a rookie card. I'm still trying to date it. As you can see, it's written in ink. In his early part of his career, he had a longer signature, and he kind of drug out the name. I'm thinking this might be from like 69, 70 era. It's not as quite as I call it primitive as his early autograph was, probably back in 67, 68. So I'm not for sure if it's like 69, 70 or maybe early to mid 70s. But I think it's definitely during his playing career that he signed this one with a very long name there. Compared to it's more shortened now, and much, of course, now it's getting a little sloppy as he gets older here. But we send that off to PSA. It's a beauty, I think. And then for Hank, we got a few things. This is a 1947 Pirates. It's kind of like their little stat book to start the year. When Hank was sent there in 1947. He was really not too happy about going there, I don't think. But this gives the roster for the team. And it's just weird to see Henry Benjamin Greenberg playing for the Pirates. He only played 1 year. He was thinking about retiring, but the Pirates made him the first $100,000 player in the at least the National League, maybe in baseball. I'm not for sure, but they paid him $100,000 to come and play for him in 1947. He played 1 year, and then he retired and went to the Indians, and eventually became their general manager in the 50s. A nice little piece to add on. I don't buy a lot of cut signatures anymore, but whoever made this, and I saw some other ones similar for other players, was probably one guy that was collecting, and he made these index cards with this really nice letterhead. Henry B. Greenberg, Hall of Fame, 56. Nice, solid signature. After his playing career, of course. But I just thought just the way it just looks so nice. I thought that would look really nice slabbed up, I think, too. Someone send that in. Yeah, I did get this, too. Now, I'm working on a Hank Master set of all his cards from start to finish. I want to get at least one example, unless it's a one-of-one, of course. I like to get an example of every card made that's kind of like in circulation, that was made to be circulated. And these are the 1999 Upper Deck Century Legends. Um, at the time in 99, uh, they considered Hank to be the 37th, I don't know if you'd call it most important player or best player or most influential player of the 20th century. Bench is actually 16th on the list. But this is there's a regular version, and then there's this die cut. You can just see on the side there. And these almost never pop up. I've been collecting Hank from over a decade, and this is only like the second one I've seen. I let the first one go a few years ago because it got so expensive. I went, really, for a card numbered to 100, and I've had to wait a few years for another one to pop up. So this time I went ahead and bit the bullet and paid for it. I think there's a lot of people who do this set. And these cards, even though they're numbered to 100, I think there's a lot of people who's put this set together, or trying to. So it's a beautiful card, beautiful image. In fact, I wouldn't mind collecting that set myself. It's just a who's who of baseball in the 20th century. But very cool. I picked this up. This is a Greenfields. If you've seen my videos and for Postcards, Greenfields was a kind of it says self-service restaurant, and they had postcards of the 35 and Tigers team. So they made a lot of things being in Michigan related to the Tigers. This was a little book that they put out. It's very small. I mean, it's smaller than a postcard, and this is just celebrating the 1934 pennant winners for the AL. They did lose to St. Louis in the World Series in '34, but they put out this little commemorative booklet. It's not in great shape, but the only other one I've seen on eBay is very expensive, and I got this for more of the right price. It has a little write-up on each player. There's Gehringer and Hank together. Interesting part about Hank is they misspelled Greenberg on this. So they must him as Henry Greenberg and misspelled his name. But this is very cool. It just gives a nice little write-up on each player. Goose Goslin, that was a big acquisition. Mickey Cochran. And very cool. And the last three of the bigger ones, I'd say. This one I got off eBay. This is the 1940. Hank went to 4 World Series, 34, 35, 40, and 45. And the 45 one is becoming my favorite just because he was in service from spring of 41 through, he came back on July 1st of 45. So he lost over 4 years to the service. And when he came back in 45, I'm sure he didn't feel like he knew if he could even play baseball anymore. He was 34 years old and hadn't played, like I said, since the spring of 41, except in a few exhibition games in the service. And he came back, hit a home run on July 1st in his first game to get to 250. And they played out the season. He won the pennant for him on the last day of the season, hitting a grand slam against the Browns. And this photo here was listed as a signed photo, but what they didn't mention, which is even cooler, is that this is an actual original international news photo. Now the paper caption part is missing from it. This happens quite a bit. But I didn't know this was an original photo from 1945. And this shows the Tigers, their number 2 through number 6 batters in the lineup. We got Rudy York, Roy Cullenbine, Hank in the middle, Doc Kramer, and Eddie Mayo in the last farthest away there. And these were, like I said, the 2 through 6 batters for the 45 Tigers lineup. And Hank won the world from going from, I don't think I could ever play baseball again, possibly, to winning another World Series. And from July 1st up until just a few months, it must have been very gratifying for him to get back and win that World Series. But beautiful, nice signatures on here. Don't see signed pieces like that. Even has a JSA authentication. This was in another auction at one time. It ended up on eBay. Nice Hank signature. These, I assume, based on the signature, it was signed. I don't know, very soon. I don't know how much longer after the 45 series. Based on Hank's signature, I don't think it was long. So it's a really cool piece. And the last two are more kind of interesting. This is a 1945 World Series, and this is a pass. 1945 World Series Brick Stadium dressing room privilege. This is a tag they gave to reporters to get around during the World Series. This one actually permitted a press guy to get into the locker room after, I assume before and after the game, and interview the players. And what intrigues me is that Hank hit 2 home runs in 45 in the World Series. One was in Game 2. Now, only the first 3 games of the 45 World Series. Back then, they did 3 games at home and then 4 games on the other team's home. It was 3 and 4. It didn't go back and forth. So this one, I think that is correct. I'm pretty sure it's correct. But anyway, this is good for the first 3 games in Detroit. And Hank won the game for him in Game 2 by hitting a 3-run home run in Game 2, and they won 4-1. So he won the game for him. So I'm sure this guy from the Washington Post was interviewing Hank, and this was hanging around his neck probably while he was doing it. I'm trying to find an article about the second game written in the Washington Post just to see how they wrote it up. And the interview with Hank and stuff to complement this piece here. But kind of like collecting ticket stubs. This is just cool just because, you know, the guy, I'm sure, was there, and he was covering the games for the Washington Post, and I'm sure he interviewed Hank after Game 2 just because he won the game for him that game. So to me, that's a super neat type thing. Yeah, it's up here on the ticket. 1945 World Series Valley Games 1, 2, and 3, Brick Stadium dressing room. So that's really cool. I just got to track down that article by the Washington Post on the first 3 games, but specifically Game 2. And the last piece is super cool. Again, it's more about the thought of it because you don't know for sure. This is an annual pass to 1933 Detroit baseball games. So this was a ticket that was given to people just so they had like just a pass for season pass is all it was, and you could go to any game. And this was from 1933. This was Hank's rookie year. He appeared in 1 game in 1930, but he started playing with them in 1933 after spending the rest of 30, 31, and 32 in what they called the minor leagues back then. But the holder of this ticket will have seen a lot of things, and that would have included his first home run, which they even put on the here. 1933 Navin Field annual pass for, on May 6th, Hank hit his first home run in the majors, and that was at Detroit. So it doesn't mean that guy was definitely there, but odds are he probably was. But it is very cool, I think. I love the graphics. I mean, annual pass, Detroit. I love the graphic for the Tiger, Navin Field. I spoke to a guy that does nothing but World Series tickets, and we discussed the chances of finding a ticket to that first home run game and all that. And he said there's probably just a few of these in existence. This is the only one that PSA's ever graded, or slabbed, I should say. But I just think that's really cool to think that guy could have watched Hank his whole rookie season at home in the games. Probably never thought much about it at the time, but looking back, special treat. And I love the tiger. I think that's cool. So anyway, that's all I've gotten here. Not too many cards per se. Is prices have gotten crazy for Hank, and even Johnny's stuff's getting pretty crazy on some of his plain days cards. But just wanted to share my recent pickups. Let you all know I'm still around. And I want to thank everybody for watching, and happy holidays. And yeah, Lord willing, we'll do it again. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.